Alright, so this past weekend, a brand new film, Twisters, released in theater. It's a sequel to the film Twister, and I saw it on opening night. Here's my review. Alright, so as of filming this, I have never seen the original Twister movie. It just wasn't a movie that I felt like I 100% needed to see before going in to see this one. It's a movie that definitely, after seeing this, it's on my radar. We'll get to my thoughts on this this movie in a minute, but this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year because the trailers offered everything that I wanted to see what this movie would be. Did the movie offer exactly what I wanted? We'll get into that in this review, but before I get started, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what did you think of Twisters. If you haven't seen it, what do you think of the original Twister movie? Are you looking forward to this movie? And with that said, let's get started. Actually, 194, 6 more subscribers and we hit 200. Special video coming for you guys. And with that said, let's get started talking about Twisters. And the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about this movie is that this is the summer blockbuster. This is a summer blockbuster that feels like it just released early 2000s, late 90s, and 100% captures the vibe that it wanted to go for. It feels like a movie that you go to the theater to watch, and it doesn't have any big things that you have to 100% fully. How do I say this? It doesn't feel like modern blockbusters, where every modern blockbuster has this kind of formula. It feels like it kind of breaks the formula and just focuses on being a very fun movie, and it captures that vibe 100%. And so coming out of this, I can say that I genuinely love Twisters. I really liked this movie. I am itching to see it a second time. We'll talk more about why, but I've only seen it once. I really want to see it a second time. Let's dive into some positives I have here with this movie, and the first thing is just kind of like A Quiet Place Day 1 wasn't exactly what I expected that movie to be. This is not at all what I expected this movie to be. I expected this movie to be kind of like shallow with not great characters, but great actors, but we don't get much into their characters. We don't really have emotional sequences to it. And the movie offers something much more than people just chasing tornadoes. There's an overall theme here about people helping other people that is a very good theme and a very natural theme. It doesn't feel like it was forced into this movie. It felt very natural to kind of insert itself in there. And it's a very good theme as well. And there were quite a few scenes that I was thinking, I didn't think something like this would be in this movie, but it is, because there's an emotional story arc here. Daisy Edgar Jones, phenomenal by the way, we'll talk about her in a minute. The moment we get into this movie, tragedy happens in the beginning, and you see her performance. She's very fun-loving, charismatic character, and then she kind of calms down for the rest of the movie, and as you get to the end of it, she has an entire arc bringing her back to trusting herself, becoming adventurous, wanting to help people again. It's a whole arc that she goes on, and it can be very emotional. Glen Powell, also fantastic. Talk about him in a minute. He instantly gets in here, and he's the character that we're supposed to just not like. Obviously, we like him because he's Glen Powell, and we love Glen Powell, but he's a character that's designed for us not to really like as a person or as a character. And what this movie again does so well is make us care about him, and he's by far our favorite character near the end of the film. There's emotional sequences and character arcs that I did not expect to be in this movie, and they fit in here perfectly. I thought that that was so good. A thing that they were able to do was make natural character arcs for our characters to feel like it's something they would go on in real life. And it's something that adds to something to this big, dumb summer blockbuster. The cast here, obviously, we got Daisy Edgar Jones, one of the best actresses in Hollywood. I think she's doing a lot of great stuff. I believe she's in The Bear, one of my favorite characters in The Bear. She's obviously in this movie. She's fantastic in this movie. Like I said, she goes from being very fun-loving to having to be serious for the most part of the movie, and then once she turns around and starts her character arc, she becomes very fun-loving, and you progress with her as a character, and she is great in this movie. But it is the summer of Glen Powell. We have Glen Powell in Hitman. Even though I didn't adore Hitman like several people said, I still thought it was good. Glen Powell, by far the big standout in that movie, and he's the big standout here. The moment he gets on screen, the movie gets from being pretty decent, you're invested in it, to like, holy crap, this movie is beyond fun, and you really, really enjoy it when he gets on screen. And he just has such a commanding screen presence, which is great. Our supporting cast here, we got Anthony Ramos, by far not his best performance. He was just kind of screaming in a lot of scenes. He was fine, but he wasn't great. What's his name? He's playing Superman. David Corenswet, that's his name. He's in the movie as a side character, not like Superman whatsoever, and I think that really works in this movie. I think he is just such an engaging side character. It's kind of like a villain, but is not really a villain, and David Corenswet has screen presence. I really enjoyed him when he was here, and I'm very excited to see what he brings to the table as Superman. So phenomenal cast, great character arcs. What about the Twister action? The Twister action, man, is spectacular. I mean, man, I am dying to see this on a big screen again. I'm trying to find every opportunity to go see this movie again because, my God, the Twister action was great. I mean, 2 words, fire tornadoes. What more do you want? You have a movie where you have character arcs that make sense, that genuinely work. Also, while tornadoes are attacking an oil company and getting set on fire. It's awesome. I mean, there's the first real big tornado sequence. I mean, there's several others, but the first tornado action sequence, I would say, is really, really great because it's kind of like this oneer sequence where you're following them as you're trying to hide from the tornado and try to rescue people, and it's just a great sequence overall. Not to spoil it, but it's shot in like a oneer form where it's just like one continuous shot. And I think it's pretty awesome. It's an awesome looking sequence. Obviously the fire tornado sequence, the ending sequence, the tornado action is scarce. If you're expecting this movie to be full of tornado action, it's not really that. There is a lot of tornadoes in this movie, but quite a bit of it is hunting them down, trying to stop them, and not really dealing with the tornadoes attacking the town, blowing stuff everywhere. And when it gets to that, it's entertaining, but the other stuff is crucial to be in this movie too. So man, the tornado action was fun as hell. I really, really, really enjoyed that aspect in it. And then just a reason I want to see this again, because this would be such a great movie to see in the theaters again, especially knowing exactly what to expect. Fantastic Twister action. Great experience on the big screen. I saw this at 10:30 at night. I was captivated throughout. I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorites of the year. And so Twisters is really good. I think I'm gonna say that this is the movie of the summer. I previously said go see Furiosa. That was my #1 movie of the summer. Not because it's the best movie. I think it's far from that. I had issues with it, but it's in my top 10 because it was a great theater experience. It's a movie that really got enhanced by seeing it on the big screen. That I would say when it was in theaters to everybody try to check it out on the big screen because it looks great. I think I would switch this one. I think this one would be my #1. You have to see this on the big screen movie, and people are going to see it. It's making money so far, so I highly recommend you go see this one on the big screen. It looks phenomenal. It's entertaining. It has emotional arcs, great cast. Really liked it. Did have one issue, and the thing is, there are several sequences where characters don't act normal. And by that I mean like the first big Twister action sequence, like Daisy Edgar Jones, Glen Powell run into a room, like, hey, we gotta all get to safety. And these people are arguing, and they're like, oh, don't worry, the alarm sounds quite often. There's no tornado, it's just fake. Like what? Can't you like not hear the big tornado that's literally right behind you, right behind the door? Can you not hear that? Are you deaf? And that really frustrated me because like nobody acts like that. And then they just run right towards the tornado, drive their car right into the tornado. It's really weird the way characters act. There's one sequence where Glen Powell's trying to save a man, and this guy's like, I got this, gets up, tries a full sprint to safety, and the tornado is just right there and picks him up. Nobody acts like a normal human being, and as awesome as that sequence was, kind of takes you out of it when characters are just kind of being dumb for the sake of being dumb. And there's just several sequences like that that just kind of took me out of it for just a brief minute, but that's it. That's the only negative I really had with this movie. Even like the romance. Some people say it felt forced, some people said it felt natural. Even Steven Spielberg took a kiss scene out of the movie, but I thought the romance felt good because Daisy Edgar-Jones, Glenn Powell, great chemistry. And so Twisters, I think, is the #1 movie to go see in the theaters. I highly recommend you guys check it out before the whole Deadpool and Wolverine crowd. Or if you want to do a double feature of Twisters and Deadpool and Wolverine, I recommend that too. Just go see Twisters. It's a must-see movie of the year. Before I give you my final score, tell me down below if you've already seen it, what do you think of it? While you're down there, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell so you don't miss another video. With that said, Twisters has great emotional arcs for the characters, great performances. Oh, and it has some awesome tornado twister action. It is my #1 movie of the summer so far, besides, like, I think it's my second favorite one after Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But anyways, Longlegs for me is getting an A. I really, really, really enjoyed this movie. Highly recommend you go see it. Oh yeah, and it gets this Zachary Movie Chat seal of approval. I almost said Zack Snyder seal of approval. Hey, did you know we're getting the Rebel Moon Director's Cut next month? I don't want to watch it. I really don't. Anyways, comment down below, what did you guys think of Twisters? Stay tuned, several more videos coming the upcoming days. With that said, thank you for clicking on this video and subscribe to Join the Nerd Army. Peace out.